Hello everybody, this is Mr. Cinema FX, and today I'm going to be doing the follow-up video to my how to make a download manager in Visual Basic. That was a long time ago, and there's been a lot of .NET Framework updates and Visual Studio updates, and the tutorial itself wasn't that informative to people that don't know what they're doing yet. So today we're going to redo it. You're going to want to make a new project and go to Windows, make sure it's a Windows Forms application, and you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Download Manager, and then just click OK, and then it should start creating. Okay, you can go ahead and adjust the form however you want, but this is going to be a very quick tutorial because this is pretty easy to do. It doesn't take a lot of code or anything, so I'm just going to title the form Download Manager, and what this, which is in this text property of form 1. So make sure you're clicked on the window here in here, and then you should get this properties box over here, and go to text to change the title. So Download Manager, which changes this text right up here. So now that you've done that, you want to bring up your toolbox. I'm gonna pin mine so it always stays up, and then go to I go to all Windows forms because for me it's just easier like this, so I don't have to look through stuff. You're gonna need at least one button. I'm gonna use a label just to make it a little bit nicer, and a text box for the download link. So you're gonna put the label wherever you want, and like you could just do this however you want, as long as it has all these things. It doesn't need to have. If you want it to download just something in specific and that's all it's for, then you don't need to. You can hard code the link into the code where they don't type a link. But we're gonna just make it where it can be anything, so that way I'm gonna show you how to do both things though. So here it is. It doesn't need to be that big because links usually aren't that big, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it like around this size, and then yeah, do that. Then same thing for the button. To change the text on the button, where it says button 1, just click on the button where you have the selection on the button, and then go to the text property and just put download. So now double click the button to get to the code on the button click event, which means when the button's clicked, what code runs. So we're gonna want to do a we're gonna do this as a try. So if it fails, we get errors actually outputted into a message box instead of it just crashing. So we're going to try to do a my.computer.network download file. And then the download file takes two parameters: the address of the downloaded file, and then what you want it to be saved as, like the name of the file, what it's going to be saved as. So if you wanted to like specify the URL here, and this program will only download one file, it will always download this one file. It'll never download anything else. You could just type the link here, like HTTP whatever, but it has to be a direct link to the file. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna just make it the text box 1 text, not tab index, the text. So what that does is the address that it's gonna download from is whatever the text is in this box right here. So now that we've done that, and then here, what we want, like what the file is going to be called when it's downloaded, I'm just going to leave it as downloaded file. Okay, yeah, that's good. And then here, you're going to want to do a message box dot show, and then inside these parentheses, you're going to do ex dot toString. I keep messing this up. Okay, sorry, been doing a lot of Java. I'm kind of used to it. Okay, so now whatever you type in the box will be downloaded as, and it'll be called downloaded file, into the same directory as the location of the application that is downloading it. And if it fails, you'll get a message box showing the error. Let's actually add something to this. Error, and then a space, and then plus. So it's going to show error, and then there's going to be one space, and then it's going to show the error message. So show you how the error would look, if I click download right now, we're going to get an error because it can't be nothing. So we don't really want an error just because of nothing. We only want an error if there's actually an error. So inside this try, we're going to do an if text box 1. Remember, this only applies if they're supplying the address to the download. If it's already set, then you don't really need to do the if, but you do want the error. So like the error messaging. So if it equals, like if the text box 1 text equals null, or no, we'll just do this. Like if it equals nothing, like that, then we'll do a message box show download link cannot be empty. And then we're gonna want to do else. So basically what this does is if the text box 1 text, which means whatever they type into this box, if it equals nothing, like just nothing, then say it cannot be empty, and just and then that's it. Just exit out of that message box when they click OK, and then it just won't download anything. But if it equals anything else, like if anything else is inside this box besides nothing, then it'll actually try to download. And then if any of this has an error, any of this right here, just show the error. So now, I think it's going to give us both errors now because of the way I did it. But now if you click download, it should say download link cannot be empty. But then we're also, okay, good. We didn't get an error this time because we're catching it ourselves here. But I thought the way I had set it up, we were going to get this error and then it was going to say it again here. But it didn't, so that's good. Oops. Alright, so what else can we do? Oh yeah, let me show you, let me do some other stuff I usually do. I usually make my forms, I find the resizable property, which is somewhere here. Oh yeah, I'll do the start position to center screen, and oops, center screen. Okay, and I'll go to maximize box, false, and yeah, that does the resizable. Okay, so now it'll start up right in the center of the screen. Oh no, it doesn't do the resizable. Let's find resizable. Oh yeah. That's how you do it. You go to the form style. Form border style. Form border style, and you go to fixed single. Any of the fixed ones will be resizable, like disabled on the resizing. So now you can't resize it, you can't maximize it, and you can't oh, and it launches in the center of the screen. So now to show that it can download something, we can do, let me go to my Mediafire. Okay, so you just go and make sure you get a direct link, which means that it goes straight, like the link is to the file. Like this link will not get you the file. Okay, actually, no, it won't. So what you're gonna want to do is go to this. Shut up. Okay, you want to go here to this page and right-click this download button and click copy link location. That link, if you click download, just wait until this button is no longer blue. Is when it should be finished. Okay, it's no longer blue, which means that it's no longer downloading. So if we go to the Visual Studio directory and go download manager and go to the debug folder, we have the downloaded file right here. But since you want to be able to use it universally, I put it here without a file extension. So since this was a M4A, you're gonna rename it and add a M4A to the end. So now it's back to an M4A file. So now it'll actually be recognized, and as you can see, oops, as you can see it.
I told you I was crazy or strange.
You can see it works. I think if you like in this part right here, you leave it as, do you have to give it a parameter? Yeah, you do. There has to be a way to leave it alone. So let me look through that really quick. Here, let me see what happens if we make it null. We got a file called 1. And it finished downloading because the size is the same. But the program still thinks it's downloading. I think it's because it can't finish naming it because it doesn't know what to name it. But let's see if it's actually gonna work. So, oops. Okay, it still works, but that didn't help us with what we want to do. So, I'm not sure how to make it stay the same. Maybe if we just leave it blank, like that. Yeah, it cannot be nothing, so we got an error there. Okay, so that doesn't work. So I'm not really sure how to do it. I'll just add an annotation or I'll post it in the comments or the description if I figure it out. But that's how you make it download stuff. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope it explains things better than my last tutorial. If not, I'll just redo it again. Just let me know. What else is there? Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, let me know in the comments if there's another feature you want me to add to this, and I'll make another part to this video. The only other thing that you guys are probably would like to see is a progress bar, but the problem with those is no progress bar is actually real. Like, it doesn't actually show the actual progress. It's kind of like estimated. So, well, even if there is a way to do it completely accurately, we wouldn't be able to do it. We wouldn't be able to implement it to our program without something really complicated. So, the only way I would know how to do it is to add a timer. So you just go timer and drag it anywhere on your form, and you should get a little timer right here, down here, and then you add a progress bar, and then when you click the download button, on top of the before we start downloading, you want to start the timer 1, which starts the timer's ticking, and then in the timer you want to do progress bar .1 increment and then 1. So that means it'll increment by 1 every time that the timer goes through a tick, which is specified in the properties right here at the interval, and this is in milliseconds. So in milliseconds, 1 second is 1,000. So if you make this 1,000, every second the progress bar will increment by 1. So now if we click download, oh yeah, 1 second. Okay, so now if we download it, okay, yeah. Wait, it's not gonna work yet. Here, let's stop it. You're gonna want to go to the progress bar and make the that should be good. Oh wait, I think it's value dot increment. No. You could just do progress bar value equals progress bar dot value plus 1. Alright, now we gotta go get the link again. I think I have it open, yeah. So copy link location, download. Seems to be working now. I don't see why it usually takes a while for it to first start, because we have it set up where the timer should start before it starts downloading. So it should be right when you click download. It should have started before, like it shouldn't have a delay for it to start, for the progress bar to start going. But I'm pretty sure it's already downloaded. But that's how you do that. There might be values you can extract from download to get the actual percentage of the download, but I'm not really familiar with that. So if I figure it out, I'll add some stuff to this. But that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Let me know what you felt was not good about the video, and I'll be sure to fix it. Peace out.